Virgo, welcome to your July 2023 weekly reading here. It's going to be a reading from July 17th until the 23rd. We're just going to go ahead and jump straight in like always. Be sure to also check your other placements, your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus sign. So, let's take a look, my friends. What's going on? Lovers. Uh-oh. Sun card, all right. I see you, Virgo. Palace of Cups. Romance. You getting swept off your feet, Virgo. No, I'm just joking. Let's keep going, though. I see you guys in a very spiritual setting in the future. It may not make sense now. Just hear me out. The Palace of Cups here. And it's interesting, too. I also know what this is representing symbolically when it comes to just you as an individual, but there could definitely be some type of spiritual retreat in your future, or maybe you're just kind of taking like for instance, I'm getting all worked up now. For instance, the Palace of Cups can be where you go to like a spa or something, or where you go like get a massage or whatever the case might be. It's like you go to like some sort of like self-care place, or this could be some type of literally like a water park or something. You know what I mean? Sometimes the tarot could be quite literal. But the Palace of Cups, or at the ocean or the beach or whatever the case might be. Anyways, I feel like there's just a very spiritual nourishment here in the future, and a place of sanctuary. And I'm gonna talk more about this, what this means for you, just like on an individual level, like internally, what this is, especially with the sun coming into Leo, Virgo. It'll be coming into your 12th house, and the Palace of Cups is very much like the 12th house. Think about the 12th house. It's the most spiritual house, right? Where everything is really abstract and it's non-physical, right? And it deals with the archetype of Neptune, or it relates to the archetype of Neptune. And so the 12th house can be where we can surrender and let go and dissolve our attachments to the physical. So something like that in your future. Just hear me out. Also, Palace of Cups is like being on the lake and stuff like that too. This looks good overall, though. The Lovers is the overall energy. Now, this could be in regards to love and romance. Maybe there's a big emphasis there with your relationships or your interpersonal relationships with family, friends, romance, whatever the case might be. But this is also about just like you feeling like at one with God. It may sound, I mean, I know you hear that a lot, but the Lovers is one of those cards to where it's like we feel like we're on the right path. We feel, we trust the universe, and we trust the direction of things in our life. You may have a choice at this time right now, and you could be going back and forth, what you really want to give your effort to. I also feel like you're balancing your work life and your relationship life here. You're having to, those are the two main things I feel. Let's keep going. There's already so many messages coming through, and I haven't even really started the read. Yeah, this looks great. Temperance and the outcome here. This is a great reading. Some of you have Sagittarius in your chart, Virgo. But the Temperance is like you're finding overall peace and harmony here, and you're really finding like faith in God or the divine. Very spiritual reading. I mean, like I said, it makes sense. The sun's coming into your 12th. But you have this Two of Cups here in the position of something that you're unaware of here. I think it's important to embrace your interpersonal relationships and also be grateful for the relationships that you have in your life at this time. I think if this is in regards to love, it's like appreciating your partner, showing your partner that you care. If this is like friendships, showing your friends that you care, or work, whether it's work relationships, it's like, just making sure that everybody's feels fulfilled. Very interesting read. You have the Sun card here in the position of something that you're unaware of, or sorry, in the position of the challenge. Some of you, I kind of feel like there's almost like this loss of self in a way. Now, hear me out, because the Sun card literally represents the sun in astrology, which represents our ego, which represents consciousness. All ego is consciousness, one's consciousness. So when the sun goes through our 12th house, well, the 12th house is abstract. It's non-physical. There is nothing is concrete. So our soul, our being becomes expanded in that house. And even when we try to identify with something when we're going through a 12th house transit, it's kind of just, it's there, then it disappears. It's like putting your hand through a hologram, because everything is, and everything is there, and everything just is connected. So this could be definitely a big, deep spiritual healing moment, to where it's like the old self of you is being let go, and you're kind of coming into a new, right? The things that had meaning before in your life is changing a bit. And through this process of the 12th house, so then when the sun comes into your sign in Virgo, you come into this temperance energy of, oh, I see now, I get it, enlightenment. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh my God, I'm good. I ain't trying to toot my own horn, maybe just a little bit, because this stuff be wild, yo. You have this Neptune again. I was just talking about this sacrifice. Think about Neptune. Neptune, whenever we're going through like a Neptunian energy, like Neptune is the great dissolvent, right? So let's just say you've always identified with being a rock star, and it's just an example. And then you kind of go through some spiritual awakenings, and it's like, wow, I really don't resonate. Although I still like rock music, and I enjoyed being a rock star. Like Neptune is like, and we go through those Neptune kind of transits or energies or the spiritual awakenings of things. It's like you start to realize that there's a different meaning. Your life starts to take on a different meaning a bit, right? Maybe you only found meaning in being a rock star, but now you're finding meaning in just setting out in nature, or looking at the stars, or or just like even like just being with family, or being around dogs. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? So that's an example. I hope you get what I'm saying. Nah, I mean, now run that shit. Nah, I mean, y'all seen Scary Movie 2? Yo, that jacket is tight, son. Nah, I mean, you have this beloved card. It says radical acceptance here. This is about unconditional love as well. You know that Tupac song, Unconditional Love? That's what's coming to my mind right now. But it's about unconditional love for yourself, unconditional love for others. And that's what Neptune is as well, Unconditional love. You have this delight card. I think it's about seeing the beauty and the harmony in life, right? Delight. What is it? What is it like to you feel delightful, right? Like you feel light, you feel grace. You have this freedom card. It says action, and it says horse here. So I think this has a lot to do with unconditional like love with another person, or even like towards yourself. The Queen of Pentacles is your advice, and the Queen of Pentacles as advice is being like seeing the things that are already around you that nurture you and support you, and also being involved in that, like being coexisting with that, being co-creative with it. And also that you're realizing too that you're the co-creator of your reality. So some of you with this Palace of Cups, you know what I'm kind of picking up on, like the Palace of Cups. Have you ever been to like a crystal shop or a spiritual store or something? That would be like the Palace of Cups. Or a spa, that would be like the Palace of Cups. Or a massage place, or even like on a lake, by the ocean, on a boat. Yeah. I think some of you guys are going through a deeper awakening, and it's interesting too because it's like awakenings happen all the time in your life. Like think about it, 20 years ago or 10 years ago. Think about how unconscious you were, but think about how conscious you are now. Well, that's a period of an awakening, right? But there's like these sudden peak moments of awakening that we have in our life sometimes, to where it's like, let's just say before you never believed in God, and then the next thing you know is like you believe in God, right? Or let's just say you never believed in astrology, or you never believed in tarot, or you never believed in like how everything is interconnected. Let's just say you never believed in that. But then one day it's like boom, like you have an awakening. It's like you see the connectedness of everything. I was about to be mad if I didn't hit that record button, boy. Ooh. Clarify the lovers. 4 cups here. I think there's some things that you may have been taking for granted in your life. I'm gonna be 100% real with you. You may have took something for granted, whether that's your lover, whether that's your career, whether that's your dog, whether that's just the roof over your head. But now it's like your it's like your heart, I would say, is opening back up to the world. Queen of Cups and the Two of Pentacles is your current energy. I think again this is about working on, I think this is really working on seeing the deeper meaning of life, if I'm being honest with you. Look at that tower. Tower is a disruption to the ego as well. Like tower is Mars Uranus energy. Like it's the archetype of Mars, but it's also Mars Uranus, because if it wasn't for Uranus, Mars wouldn't be able to create that tower moment in our lives. But if it wasn't for Mars, then Uranus could, you get what I'm saying? So it's like vice versa. Mars is actually Uranus's right hand man. So Uranus represents that spontaneous urge to where it's like we want to liberate ourselves or do something sudden or pivot, or do something to where we look like the fool, but really we're not the fool. We see past the limitations and the restrictions that has been placed upon us. Clarify the Sun card. You have the Sun card. It's just double clarification. You have the Page of Swords on the Palace of Cups. I think you're starting to. It's like this is interesting because it's like Page of Swords is a revolutionary, right? And I was just talking about Uranus, right? And Uranus is a revolutionary, visionary, right? Revolutionist. And Page of Swords in the Palace of Cups is like you're partaking with re-innovating and innovating your life. And you're also learning and understanding the depth of life and creation itself. Page of Pentacles and the Two of Cups is in the position of something that you're unaware of here. I would just pay attention to make sure that, in your relationships that you're getting your needs met, and also like you're meeting other people's needs too. The Tower came out, boom, with the Queen of Pentacles as your advice. It's like we have to be the one that partakes in the co-creation of our life. Like if we're not happy, Sun card in the challenge, Sun card represents happiness. If we're not happy, it's up to us to make change. Like it's up to us to create our own happiness in life. And sometimes people just don't want to do that, so they stay miserable. That's just the truth. It's like you're a co-creator. You're a powerful co-creator. God wants you to expand. God wants you to tap into abundance. It's your divine birthright. And to live a harmonious life. But you have to partake in the co-creation with God or with the divine or whatever you believe in. I believe in God. So. But yeah. Page of Cups and the Temperance. 6 of Pentacles here. Some of you guys may be finding yourself more deeply entrenched in philosophy, or just going deeper and deeper into like a higher level of thinking. So that could be through the progression of education, or that can be, I feel like it's education, but that can be the progression of just finding different philosophies or opening your mind up to different concepts here. And I see you truly liking it. All right, that's what I got for you, Virgo. I appreciate y'all. If you want to book a personal reading with me, I just discounted it, so it's a little bit cheaper than it was before. I would book it now. I'm going to have it up for the rest of July. If you want to know the details, just go to the description, click the website link, and yeah, you can book it there. Any specific question that you have, I'll answer it. I go deep into it, way deeper than, just a general reading. It's the same spread, but it's geared toward whatever question you have. So that's what I got for you. I appreciate you, and I will see you later.